Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living channel. I'm Ranger Rob, and it's another sparkling day here in Central Oregon. Yeah, another sparkling day. And kind of got a late start today. I had a lot of computer work to do. And we did get our lawns mowed for the weekend. It's a pretty day. It's supposed to warm up again. And towards the end of the week, we'll be in the hundreds again. It's just playing havoc with everything. So we're going to go out, check the systems, check the tanks, and see what we need to do this morning. Alright guys, I thought I'd stop in here in the greenhouse. I have a lot of tomatoes ripening. Yeah, lots of tomatoes. So we are definitely mastering learning how to cook with tomatoes, make sauces. We made our first salsa. I think we're gonna try some other recipes, but yeah, lots of beans growing again. And this plant has really been doing well on beans. And that's what we've kind of learned, the NFT system. Because of the roots, next year will be strictly Dutch buckets for beans and peas. The roots are just too aggressive, and plus I think we try to do them in the greenhouse if we can, because of this unpredictable weather. Lord knows what next year is going to look like. Well, like normal, I've got to fill the tank for the Dutch buckets. Like I said, these tomato plants really drink up the nutrients. So let me get that done. So yesterday I pulled a whole bunch of onions because I just don't want critters to get to them. I did process them, put them here to dry, and I'm going to take this into our growing room to let these to store them. Well guys, you know, there's a lot of chatter out there between shipping issues. If it isn't shortages, it's shipping issues. For example, a container used to cost from China to here, which half the stuff, more than half the stuff we own is from China. It's gone from $3,000 to up to $20,000 and more. And which means stuff's going to cost more, and that means inflation. So we get that, and then the shortages. Everything seems like all of our processes are broken. Now the thing is if you're really observant and look in the stores, you will see definitely prices and stuff are going up, and it's slow, so it doesn't feel as painful. And then you also may notice packaging. For example, in Oregon, we got Tillamook ice cream. It's amazing how their little containers got smaller all of a sudden. But sometimes it's an illusion. And so I'm not saying that gloom and doom is coming or anything like that, but there's a lot of indicators that we got some troubles coming. And that's where I want to bring up the fact of prepping. And if you don't like the word prepping, use the word self-reliance or being prepared. And gosh, all the cards seem to be dealt against us. And but we're not seeing, we haven't turned our cards over yet. So a lot of people are just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I think, you know, especially down south, you guys' water situation, it's going to get a little spooky and a little concerning. And then our stores are going to start getting thinner again, and our prices are going to go nuts. Our utilities, especially electricity, is definitely going to trickle up. Even my coffee's getting more expensive. So all I'm saying, guys, is start taking the initiative to buy an extra can of food. A little bit of extra water, bottled water, put in the back room somewhere. Maybe set up a little hydroponic station in your house, if you're just living in an apartment or something, where you could grow a little bit of food. You know, just start off with a couple pieces of lettuce and some little things, and you can do a lot in your little apartments. If you got a little bit of a yard, set up a little place for some hydroponics, because you can really kick butt with hydroponics, and it doesn't take that much water. So I don't know, I just wish there was a way that I could get those who are just sitting on the sidelines. Some reason you must think that you're going to be able, you know, if you're a neighbor of ours, we'll feed you, but how, you know, certainly we will help out, but to a point, I've got to worry about my family. And if things get tough and you haven't gotten prepared, you may have a growling stomach for a couple of days before you get your next meal. So I don't know. And also, take care of your puppies. Make sure that we don't have a feed problem. Like for us people that get animals, I buy at least 200 pounds or more of chicken feed to have on hand in case there's a shortage or a shipping problem, or the price of food goes up, or feed, grain and things like that. But make sure you got some extra food put aside for your puppies and your cat and whatever animals you have. I keep an entire, I use garbage cans to store food because the mice will get in them. So I keep a complete steel garbage can full of backup food for the dogs and the cats. And you don't have to do it all at once, but I highly recommend we start now. And if we're wrong, so you got some extra food. Don't have to go to the grocery store one weekend or two. But I would not only be prepared a little bit for not only food, but you know, make sure you have if you can, a couple of gas cans of extra fuel. Make sure you put some additive to it so it lasts longer, and you know, have extra batteries around, flashlights, seasonings you like, pasta. Buy yourself an extra can of ragu every week. Little things like that. Can of beans, a little bit of Spam, a little bit of those little canned hams. Those are a nice backup, and they don't sound very good, but if you're hungry, they're going to be delicious. And I don't want you to live in fear. We're not talking about living in fear. We're talking about being prepared. If something happened and you're prepared, you will feel wonderful. You won't be in fear. You'll be like, I'm glad I thought a little bit ahead for my family and myself. And maybe you're able to help your neighbors, or maybe for us, it's we're caregivers. So we're taking care of Sherry's mother, and I can guarantee you, she's not going to starve, not with us around. And you know, we do keep in mind our kids. We do have a little bit more than we would probably prep, just because we know that it's kind of hard financially for some folks to prep up a little bit. But if they try, then that's a good thing. Like, I probably got neighbors around here that aren't preparing at all, but and they kind of know we're preppers, and I got a feeling if something really got tough, they'd be probably trying to be our best friends. And that's okay. It's a Christian thing to do, so we would definitely help our neighbors and our community the best we can without hurting ourselves too. Unless God says otherwise, we'll do what He says. But anyway, guys, and if you can learn how to grow some stuff, that would be a good thing. If you can't, at least start putting away a little bit of extra food. Make sure you have some lights. Make sure you can maybe get some of those oil lamps. Just a few things that'll just keep you comfortable. If you know, like right now, it's heat is the problem. How to stay cool. There is some little tricks out there to help cool down a room. But then we got the next part coming, where it's going to be the winter. How do you keep your house warm? And a lot of people set aside one room that they can kind of seal up a little bit and warm it up in different processes of ways of warming up a room and bring the whole family into one room, so you don't have to put so much effort in heating your entire house. And if you got a generator, you probably wouldn't hurt to have one if you could afford one. And you know, and then make sure you know the safety of how to use all this stuff. If you're going to use a generator, most of you guys know you need to leave it outside. It can be a lot of people still make the mistake of firing up a generator in a garage or something, and before you know it, half the family's dead. So know the safety precautions, learn how to use your stuff before a crisis happens, and I don't know, just getting prepared. Sorry, had a fly. Getting prepared, it's not a bad idea, and it's not prepping. We'll use getting prepared, being self-reliant, being on the ball, whatever it is, but start doing a little bit of, I mean, even if it's only one extra can of beans a week, something, because the indicators are looking really odd, and I think what I'm afraid of is us getting too relaxed and too comfortable, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, wham, recession hits, or depression, or problems with utilities and power and gas, and or maybe you know, there's a lot of things. If you don't really watch the news, there's a lot of aggressive things going on outside our borders, and that would just shock all of you, because we've never had something like that before, and yet other countries, they have it all the time, and it's a part of life for them. And we're pretty fortunate. And if you can't respect our flag and respect our freedoms, just look around at how many people are just dying to come to this country because of its freedoms. And yet there's people here that want to get rid of the freedoms, and they want to let it go. And it's like, and let the government take care of us. And for you, those of us who have been around, we realize the government doesn't do that good a job of taking care of us. The best people to take care of you is you. So I hope that's kind of a good insight. I hope it's motivational enough. You know, I mean, if I was 20, 30 years younger, I'd be really kicking butt when it comes to growing a garden and doing all this stuff with homesteading. At my age, I think I'm doing pretty good, don't you think? And but feel free to kick my butt and do better than us. All I can say is get with it, guys. Pay attention. Look around what's happening, and don't rely on the primetime news. Dig around a little bit and find out what's going on around you. There is so much that's not being reported to us, because they just want to do all the glamour news that keeps you wanting to watch and keep you upset and in fear, and you need to turn that off. We just need to know the facts and what's going on and what we need to do to prepare. So guys, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. We'd appreciate it. And I want to welcome all the new subscribers. And please share our video around and help us grow a little. I don't know if YouTube's been real happy with me lately, and so it's been kind of hard to get my videos exposed out there. So if you can kick them around a little, we'd sure appreciate it. So guys, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye now.
Our videos are made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available at Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.